you've all had a great day, and today we're going to prepare to do our restorative practice and our sound healing. So again, props to have a big bolster or like a big pillow or anything really that you'd be able to utilize to help support your weight. Then we're also going to be using some blocks today. Yesterday in our Vinyasa class, we actually ended up doing a lot of great stuff for the hips, and I think that what we'll do today is kind of like encourage that work that we did yesterday to resonate a little deeper within the body. So we're going to hold some of these poses for a little longer periods of time. We'll be doing things like pigeon and things like that. So let's start in a comfortable seated position. You're welcome to elevate your hips as always. You're welcome to kind of settle into your body, whatever that means for you, however that's comfortable for you. If you're cold, put something on. Because the camera wasn't working, I got a little flustered, so I got some heat and adrenaline rushing through me, so I feel a little warm. But no matter how you feel, just allow yourself to settle into the sensations that you're feeling. You can close your eyes and allow your breath to move effortlessly through the body. Welcoming each inhale breath as your lungs expands and grows. And allowing each exhale breath to release with it anything that no longer serves you. Letting the breath move. Full awareness. Following the trajectory and the journey of the breath as it moves through the nostrils into the body, expanding the lungs, the chest, the rib cage, the abdomen. And then as it empties out, following the belly, lowering the rib cage, squeezing out the lungs, and then back out through the nostrils once more. And see if you can allow yourself to relax any part of your body that doesn't need to be tense or engaged at this time. Perhaps your fingers, your toes, your jaw. And with the next exhale breath, we'll gently blink the eyes open, bring our awareness back into our space. We're going to do a nice, easy side stretch here. So we're going to bring that right arm out to the side. We're going to open the left side of the rib cage. So imagine that you want your right side rib cage, the arm that's down on the floor, to open out to the side. So you're really creating a twist here. And then from here, reach that left arm up and over the body, extending and reaching and lengthening. We'll just hold there for a couple of breaths. Deep breath in and slow breath out. The palm of your left hand is pointing down towards the floor, but you don't want to kind of collapse your arm. Instead, find extension here and keep rotating. Let that right shoulder where you're supporting yourself move internally to give you a little deeper twist. One more breath. And then exhale. Let's take that top arm, reach it all the way over towards the right, and then find a twist in this direction, kind of moving that left side of the rib cage forward, and then bringing that right shoulder back. And if it's comfortable for you, you can softly bend into your elbows. If you have your big pillow, then you can just bring it in front, and then just relax here onto your side. So this is a little bit of a side bend and a twist kind of combined in one. Nice, easy breathing. And you notice which leg you naturally put in front. So for me, always my right foot goes in front, but perhaps it's the other way for you. Don't worry, we'll get to do the whole thing and switch as we go to the other side. One more breath. Inhale, slowly come up. Use your kind of core to come back to center, and then just settle in here for a moment. Reach the arms out, extend shoulders back, and then exhale, release. Let's do the other side. So left arm, don't change the feet just yet. We'll change them in a moment. Open up that right side rib cage. So that whole right side rib cage opens to the side, and then that top arm extends. Internal rotation of that left shoulder pulling in. As you reach up and over, try to drop your right knee and find your breath here. Nice and easy. If you want to softly bend into your supporting arm, that's okay too. But this first one, just kind of really find extension long in the body and allow your breath to move just like we did in the beginning. Nice long inhale and easy, gentle exhale. You're kind of rotating through the spine. Finding that stretch as you lift and lengthen, honoring what your body feels. And then one more breath. Inhale, extend. And then with the exhale, let's go ahead and take that right arm all the way down. And then walk that left arm back a little bit. Realign your body. And again, you can stay here on your hands, finding your twist. Or you can move your bolster over to the other side. And then let your elbows rest as you find this side bend turn into a twist. So again, we want to relax the shoulders. Maybe soften your gaze or gaze towards your thumbs. Kind of allow yourself to find a little bit of a twist here. If it's too much or too deep, just come to the hands. Also, if you have a bolster, you might be able to just come up onto the pillow altogether. Don't have to lower your elbows down. Couple more breaths. So we're trying to hold each posture a little longer than maybe we would in a Vinyasa class or a more traditional class. One more breath. Exhale completely. And then inhale, slowly allow yourself back to center. Reach the arms, extend, palms up towards the sky, shoulders roll back and down, and slowly release. Okay, we're going to switch the direction of the feet. So whatever foot you had in front, place that foot in front now, and allow yourself a moment here. Okay, and then once you're settled, same idea, only this time we're going to go ahead and bring that elbow down. So if bringing the elbow down to the floor is really not accessible, or it lifts your left hip up, way up off the floor, again, you can use the bolster or you can use a block. So bringing the forearm to a block so that you can feel stable. And again, we're rotating, opening through that rib cage, left shoulder back, that right shoulder internally rotates a little bit, relax your right hand, and then take that left arm up and over. So same stretch, just a little bit deeper with the other foot in front. The palm is facing down, so the fingers are reaching at a diagonal. And then let's just take a moment here to relax that left arm. So you can kind of relax the shoulder, move the elbow a little bit, and then inhale, lengthen it out once more. You can take the chin towards the armpit and just gaze out, steady and calm breathing. Your left knee, your opposing knee, likes to kind of hike itself up. So work with the pairs of opposites here. You're pulling that left knee down so that you can reach and extend the left arm up and over. One more breath. And then exhale again. We're going to rotate using, again, the bolster if you want to bring it over once more, or you can use blocks. Same thing. And the blocks have levels, so you can go a little higher. And then again, we're dropping that left knee. We're rotating that left side of the body, relaxing the shoulders away, finding your twists. These seated twists are really good as we prepare for bed, as we get ready to wind down our day. Another deep breath in. Slow, easy breath out. And then slowly we inhale, come back up. Nice and center, reach the arms, extend, find lift, palms facing up, roll the shoulders back, and then exhale, let's release. Same thing on this side. Now I have the bolster on this side, so I'm going to use the bolster for this side. Elbow down. You can just go all the way to the floor if that feels right. Opening that right side rib cage, reaching that right arm up, palm facing down. Allow yourself to settle in for a moment. Each side will feel a little bit different. Bend the elbow, kind of move the shoulder a little bit, relax into the shoulder, and then inhale, find length again. Reach and lengthen, create space. And then if you want, you can take your chin towards your armpit and look out towards the side. And just breathe. Again, working on the two side opposites here. So instead of letting that right knee hike up, pull it down towards the earth. Ground yourself down. Reach and extend. Good. Keep breathing. And then we'll slowly move into the twist. So from that extension, exhale, taking the right elbow down, walking the left elbow back, finding your rotation, your twist, moving the shoulders back and down. So it's a good idea to have your dinner about a half hour to an hour before we practice. And if that's when we do that, then the twisting won't feel so much. But because if you have dinner right before your practice, you're gonna feel like you're digesting. The body's gonna get a little bit sluggish. So having your dinner maybe around 7, 6:45, 6:30, that's the ideal. And then one more breath, inhale, exhale completely. And then slowly again, lift yourself up, extend the arms, roll the shoulders back. Now we're gonna reach the arm to one side, extend, 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 reach yourself to the other side, and just start to kind of float a little bit here. Let your wrists relax and bend and move in opposite directions. So you're kind of reaching and extending, the other arm comes down and or up, and then we allow ourselves to bring our weight back into center. Once you're in center, lift the chest, shoulders back, and then lean back, bring your legs in, give yourself a nice squeeze, round your back, forehead to the knees. Easy with the breath. One more inhale. And exhale, let's slowly release. Okay, so we're going to prepare to go into our pigeon pose. So this pigeon pose, I would suggest using either a blanket or a block to use for your hip. So we're going to do the right side first. And that's what I'm going to demonstrate on this side. So you're going to come into a tabletop position, and we're going to bring the right knee towards that right hand. And then we're going to make sure that the foot clears your body. So you don't want the foot underneath your hip, but you want it over to the other side. And you're going to walk your left foot back so that your left leg is as extended as possible. Now, if you're really bendy, it's possible your right hip or your right butt cheek touches the floor. If you're not so bendy, you might need a little help from a friend or a blanket or something that can help support your leg, your hip. And then from here, you can walk the pillow a little closer, because again, we're going to be here for a little bit of time, and you're going to bring your forearms to the pillow. Another great option, which I love to do, is to make the pillow long-wise, so you can rest your belly, and then you can kind of just settle in here. So ideally here, you want to feel like you're fully supported, either by the small pillow or blanket under your hip, or by the big pillow or rolled up blanket underneath your body. And you can turn your head to the side, doesn't matter which side. We're going to be here maybe, 4 minutes or so. So we're going to be here for a while. Really try to get comfortable. I'll let you know when it's time to switch your head to the other side so your neck gets an even stretch. But with the right knee forward, bring your face towards the right. So it won't feel that comfortable if you bring it the other way. Usually just bringing it in the same direction as your knee will feel a little better. And if you have the support of the bolster underneath you, you don't want to be using your arms a whole lot here. So you want to let your arms relax. You can extend them forward, or you can just bend the elbows and let them relax down. And again, we'll just breathe, close your eyes. And the beauty of holding these asanas when we do get to practice this way is that we really get to focus on what the body is telling us. Most of the time we go through our day without really having any conversations with ourselves. It's more about what's going on externally, what's going on out there. And yoga invites us to look internally. It invites us to see and experience what we have to experience within. So see what your body's telling you this morning or this evening. Allow yourself to relax and soften. Just breathe. So as we hold the pose, we start to observe where the tension is being held. It gives us an opportunity to relax where we don't need to hold any tension. Should never feel any pain, perhaps discomfort, that is a possibility, but pain is not something we should ever feel during our practice. Pain is a clear red blinking light cue saying, not for you today. Discomfort is more like a just turned yellow light that's telling you, check it out, see how you feel. But a lot of times there's a lot more to learn in the discomfort than there is to learn in the ease. So finding a softness within the discomfort is really paramount to making our practice work for us. And just a few more breaths here, settling in. And if you're not used to holding poses this long, it might feel like the certain parts of your body might start to feel numb or falling asleep. I remember the first time I held this pose, it was like over 6 minutes. It's a really long time. My right foot started to fall asleep. So feel free to kind of wiggle a little bit. I can't see in the camera, but I'm wiggling my right foot right now. So feel free to wiggle, or even the left foot. Any part of your body that you feel is just needs a little bit of a wake up so that you don't start to numb your extremities, like your toes and feet. All right, we'll just be here a few more breaths. Okay, so just so that we can even out the neck, let's go ahead and turn the head the other way, so away from the knee. Turn your right ear onto the bolster or pillow, your left shoulder back, and you're kind of gazing out the left. You just hold there for a few moments just to even out the neck. All right, with the next inhale breath, we're going to go ahead and slide the hands down towards the body, underneath the shoulders, and inhale, press yourself up. Allow yourself a moment here, a little rock side to side. Always feels nice. Now, just for fun, let's see how we can do. Go ahead and place your right elbow kind of across your front, the pillow you have in front of you, and then bend your left knee. You may or may not be able to reach that left foot, but you're going to use your right arm to kind of prop you up, bring your left hand back, and see if you can find that left foot. If you could find the left foot, then bring your hand to the bolster so that you can find a little bit more lift. Or if you can bring it to the floor, that might be easier. You might be better. You can try both ways. So the bolster will give you a little extra lift, a little extra extension, and that left knee will kind of, the left foot will bring in towards the left glute. And then exhale, slowly we release. We're going to slide that pillow forward a little bit. And just with the strength of your body, push yourself up, slide the right knee back, and then come into a downward facing dog. Now with the legs the way that they were, you might need a little pedaling, a little swaying. Give yourself a moment to release into any tension you might have found in your body. So bend your knees, lift your hips, slide your hips side to side, pedal out your legs. Notice how different the left side feels from the right side. Become aware of all of these things moving and happening through your body. Usually we're kind of asleep to all these sensations. All right, so we're going to move our blanket over to the left because we're going to do the left side now. And then we're going to bring our knees down, set up in the exact same way. That left knee is going to go to the left wrist, and that left foot, we're going to not have it underneath us, but over out to the side. So wiggle it out to the side. Once it's there, the right toe tucks under, and you're going to start to work your way back. Work your way back. One side's a little easier than the other. This is not my easy side, so I'll have to stop right about there. Place that pillow or blanket underneath your left hip, sliding the block so that it's right underneath your body, letting your abdomen rest on there, setting yourself up, little wiggle, little changes, anything you need here to make this comfortable. And then we're going to turn the head the opposite way now. So we're going to hold so that the head is facing in the same direction as the knee. And then keep that right leg engaged. Keep thinking about lowering the left hip down. Make sure that you're really settled onto your bolster or pillow. Make any adjustments you need here. And then once you're settled in, let yourself relax for a minute. Invite stillness into your body as you hold the pose. Invite stillness into your mind. Both are quite difficult to do. A lot easier to move and run and chase and jump and do. A lot harder to be still, both for the body and the mind. So see if you can welcome in that stillness. That's slipping into that space between sleepiness and wakefulness. Let your breath be steady, calm, and peaceful. Relax into the shoulders and jaw. There's no need for tension there. Make sure that you're not putting any weight in your arms. If you need to slide your elbows out a little bit. If your left foot starts to feel funky or like it's falling asleep, wiggle those left toes or the right toes. Settle them back down and find stillness once more. And just so that we can even out the head, let's go ahead and change so that you're gazing now away from the knee that's bent and now kind of resettle back in. Stay there for just a few more breaths. See with the next inhale. Let's slide the hands down towards the knees. Inhale again, lift the chest, shoulders back. And again, you can maybe add a little bit of movement here. If you want to try, you're going to bend that right knee up towards your body, either placing that left elbow or left hand on the bolster or left hand on the floor. You decide here. The right arm is going to find the foot. And then as you connect with the foot, then you're going to draw that foot in towards your body. You also use a strap here, but if you can't find the foot, it's okay. You can just kind of reach forward and the foot moves in towards the body. Try to stretch deeply into the front of that right quad. So it may feel good, it may not. If it doesn't, just go back or stay in your fidget a little longer. Slowly as we exhale, we release that foot. We're going to push that bolster forward. We're going to bring both hands down, move the blanket up from underneath the hip. And then as we inhale, we walk the knee in a little bit, tuck the toe under, and then again, go back to your downward facing dog and be here for a few moments. Maybe rock your weight forward and back, forward and back. See how that feels in your shoulders? Bend the knees, come into a squat, lift the hips, drop the heels down, pedal out your dog, one side and then the other, swaying the hips perhaps. And we'll do a nice twist here for the lower body. So when you find your downward facing dog, make sure your hands aren't too close to your feet so that you're not like in a standing forward fold, but make sure that your hands are forward enough so that you are actually kind of feeling your weight equally distributed between both hands and feet. Separate your fingers wide. Now let's take the right foot behind that left the left heel, and then stretch to that right side. So we're just stretching through that left Achilles tendon, maybe into the right hip a little bit, back to center, and then we do the other side. And remember, if you wanted to practice in your bed, all of these poses can be done in the bed, even this one, even downward facing dog. I actually do it all the time. And then slowly come back to center, and then exhale. Drop the knees down, separate your feet, and let's take a nice child's pose to even out the hips. Slide the bolster close to your body. Settle your hips down onto the heels and let yourself relax. Relax your shoulders. You can turn your head to the side. You can hit your chin on the bolster or your forehead down or your head to the other side. Doesn't really matter. Find a place that feels comfortable for you. This feels good. We hear it. I'll be right here. And then your hands are relaxed. There's no tension in your arms. You're not putting weight in your arms. All your weight is on your pillow or pillows or blankets. Like if you have big duvet covers, you fold them up. That would be wonderful to use here too. It's the same concept. You just want something that's supportive, that brings the earth up to you. One more deep breath. Then we'll switch the direction of our head. So if you turn your head one side, make sure you turn it the other side. And be here for a few more breaths. Not holding this one terribly long, just kind of seeing how we feel. Deep inhale, slow, gentle exhale. The next breath. Let's go ahead and slide the hands towards the knees. Lift the chest up, shoulders back. Open your heart, lift your chest. Kind of roll your shoulders back as you're expanding your chest forward, and then slowly release. All right, so now we're going to come into a supported back bend. A little different than what we normally do in this class. You're going to slide your bolster sideways so that your pillow is on the sideways. And then you're going to come and sit onto your bolster, but right at the very edge, so that your lower back is at the edge of it. You're going to roll yourself back. So you want the prop to be underneath your sacrum. So not so much under your back, under your shoulders. Your shoulders are on the mat. And then once you're there, go ahead and extend your legs and relax. So again, we're looking for that nice stretch in the front of the hips. If you feel any pain in your lower back, just wiggle yourself a little higher so you have a little bit more support, and try straightening your legs again. So you really kind of want to feel this arch happening here. So in a lot of times we use more like blocks to find this lift. This is a really restorative way to get that stretch in the front body. So again, arms by the sides, relax your shoulders, steady breathing. You want to have engagement just enough in your legs. So we're not letting the feet kind of flop out to the sides and relax, but we're not flexing and engaging into the legs strong. We're kind of just relaxing the feet, almost like your toes reach towards the mat, but don't really necessarily touch. And that's you're going to find that deep stretch all through the abdomen, through the lower abdomen, through the hips, through the hip flexors, the psoas muscles, and even into the quads. If it feels nice for you, you can even lift your arms up overhead and kind of just settle in there. So each time we do a pose that requires a sense of calm to hold the pose, it's a really good idea to just get all of the movement, the adjustments, the wiggles, whatever it is, out of your system before you decide to settle in. Once you've settled in, once you find yourself, okay, this is comfortable, I feel good, I could be here a little while, then kind of make that agreement with yourself that you're not going to wiggle anymore, you're not going to adjust anymore, you're not going to move. And then see if you can notice what happens when you kind of decide that for yourself. Clearly, the movement of breath is still happening. And you might feel that it's a little tight to breathe, whether it's in this type of posture or a forward fold or anything really. But if you find that it's tight to breathe, See if you can slow down your breathing. So, for example, count to 5 or 6 as you inhale. And then count to 8 or 10 as you exhale. Again, inhale, 5 or 6. Exhale, 8 or 10. Decide what ratio fits you. Continue to kind of breathe with that pattern. You can hear yourself breathing. Last long extended exhale. With the inhale breath, we'll start to slide or bend the knees, slide the heels in towards the body, and then just kind of lower the knees to one side and then the other. Try not to come off your bolster just yet, but you can always lower your arms if you need to. And from here, we're going to lift the knees, kind of stack yourself up here. Maybe kind of just wiggle a little bit more. And then let's come into a Viparita Karani with the legs up. So using the bolster for this pose really feels a lot more supportive, a lot more restorative, a lot nicer than using the block. Blocks are hard and square, kind of sharp edges. The bolster feels a little bit softer, a little bit nicer. You can also do this with nothing under your hips, but since we had it there, I figured we can just utilize it. Nice option for this if you're ever practicing in your room or in your bed is to put your legs up against the head of the bed, because then now your legs are supported. You don't have to hold them up, but holding them up obviously has its own benefits as well. This pose, wonderful, wonderful pose to do at the end of the day. I would recommend you do it every night before you go to bed. It helps us, especially if you sit a lot during the day for work, or if you walk or stand a lot during the day for work. It helps to reverse kind of the gravity that pulls us down, where all the energy is just moved down towards the feet. So if you know anyone that has things like restless leg syndrome or bad circulation in their legs or feet, this is a really nice pose for them to try. It's fairly accessible for most people. If you have a really kind of weak core, this can feel like you're doing abdominal work. If you have a strong core, you won't really feel it in your abdomen, but if you need to strengthen your core, this will definitely do it. And if you have really tight hamstrings, then softening your knees or bending deeply into your knees will alleviate that as well. Okay, what are you doing? Get out of here, Dookie. There's Dookie. Go, buddy. All right, we'll just be here a few more breaths while Dookie decides to move on. Stay here, okay. So to come out, we're going to bend the knees, slowly lower the feet towards the body, and then slowly start to lower the feet down to the floor. You might notice a little tingling sensation in the feet, a little tingling sensation in the heels or the toes. Just kind of observe. And then we're going to inhale, lift and strongly through the hips, press into the shoulders. Exhale, lower yourself back down. You can do this with your arms where they are, up overhead, or arms down by your sides. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the hips. Roll the shoulders down. Exhale, release back down. All right, extend the legs one more time. And then this time, start to kind of roll yourself off. You can use your hands against the mat and start to kind of pull yourself down until you can also wiggle. Your butt is on the floor and your head, top of the head, is on the mat. So now we've moved this stretch from the lower, from the pelvis or the hips up into the upper middle back. So now we feel a little bit more expansion into the chest cavity. The head does not touch the floor. Place a block. Or if you have your blanket, you can always place your blanket or another pillow under your head. You want to feel comfortable here. Okay, so once you've kind of settled, just like in all the other poses, this will be the last one we do for our practice. Make sure your butt is completely on the floor. So if your butt is kind of lifted up a little bit, get your butt down. And then allow your arms. A deeper version of this is the arms overhead, reaching maybe. This can feel really intense. But if you don't want to feel intense right now, you just want to feel relaxed, let the arms down by your side, or even place one hand at your belly, one hand at your heart. Notice how everything kind of settles in. So this is more of a heart opener, upper body, upper back, supported stretch. Make sure, please, that your head is touching something. The blanket, the floor, the block, something. Don't let your head hang in air, in space. Let your head be grounded somewhere. And just breathe. Just a few more breaths here. As you hold your pose, I will start to set up for the sound healing. So just kind of hold your pose for now. And then I'll get myself ready for the sound healing. Remember to change the position of your arms if you need a change. All right, so to come out of this posture, you can use abdominal strength to lift up. So I would suggest bringing your hands behind your head so that you're kind of holding the back of your head with your fingertips. And then as you inhale, curl yourself up like you're doing a sit-up. Curl yourself up, and then you can bend your knees, reach for your knees, and then slowly pull yourself all the way up to seated. Very nice, good job. Okay, so our last part here, you're gonna move the bolster out of the way. And one way to use the bolster, if you still want to use it, is to place it under your knees. So keep it across the mat, but place it under your knees. Cover up, use a blanket, use pillows, put a pillow behind your head, whatever makes you feel comfortable. And remember that this part of our practice is about really kind of connecting to your own body, your own experience, and letting go of everything else that doesn't serve. So find yourself in an easy, stable posture. Take a nice deep breath in. neck, the sides of your neck, the throat. Awareness to your collarbones, the tops of your shoulders, the back of your shoulders, sides of your shoulders, both upper arms, elbows, forearms, the right wrist and the left wrist, the right hand and the left hand, the thumbs on both hands, the index fingers, the middle fingers, ring fingers, and pinky fingers. All 5 fingers are part of our awareness right now on each hand. Bringing your awareness back to your chest, upper back, rib cage, middle back, abdomen, lower back, pelvis, and hips. Both upper thighs, your knees, left and right, lower legs and ankles, left and right. Both heels, tops of your feet, soles of your feet, the big toes, the second toes, the third toes, the fourth toes, the pinky toes. Notice your whole body now, fully aware of all the parts of your physical body that make you you. This beautiful biological machine that we get to drive around in as we experience life. Make a conscious effort to relax all of these parts of your body.